Firstly, it will directly impact multiple sectors of the economy, which will potentially lead to unemployment rate rise out of control and economic downturns. Secondly, there will be higher costs for customers will using alternatives to plastics such as paper, glass, or metal. Last but not least, it will impact small business, which especially those with limited resources, which will lead to homelessness and business breaking down. Thank you.
So I see your point of view, and I completely understand it. But so here is my team's main point, and we will give out evidence as well. So one of our first main point is
By only caring about human health and environmental issues, but plastic has huge implications in other fields. For example, in the construction industry, plastic produce insulations and protection materials. Accessories and tools in everyday lines, such as equipment, sports equipment in gears, are also made out of plastics. Without plastics, spacecraft satellites can work efficiently in outer space due to its durability, heat resistant, and lightweight. So plastic enable scientific discoveries in outer world so that for the advancement and development of humanity future. Plastic is also integral to solar panels, wind turbines. They are the major components that create renewable energies infrastructures. So this promotes clean energy resource and reduce reliance on fossil fuels for electricity. Of natural disaster, no buildings, no electricity.
I understand that, but plastic also causes natural disasters. Did you know that the emission from factories making plastic causes acid rain? Acid rain can go through any type of materials, including plastic, if not maybe even faster.
I will rebut your team's arguments and then I will reinforce our team arguments. First, you mentioned that plastic causes pollutions, but do you find any alternatives that are better and more optimized on this? I believe that it's not about plastic, it's the way we use it. We can make this things better by enhance the waste collection and sorting things, because we can't live without plastic by now because we have no alternatives that is better. You mentioned that we consume fish and stuff that it's plastic infected, which will affect our health. But as I mentioned, there is no better alternative right now. We have to things like you can say that we can change it with papers or glass, but it's research that paper and glass it's less durable than plastic, and they have more detrimental effects on the environment as well. Next, you mentioned that plastic in landfills they may pollute the soil. So we have a solution that the government must concentrate on like promoting the awareness of people, the way we use it, the way we do it. It's not about plastic, and we have to enhance the infrastructure to solve the problem. And next, I will reinforce and summarize our arguments once again. Plastic has unique characteristics that makes it the most used and important material in the world, as our first speaker mentioned. And a second speaker have enhanced. It has a huge and tremendous advantage that no other alternatives can be as optimized. And second, eliminating plastic is a subjective idea by not considering its vital roles in other aspects of life. Like, for example, very importantly, in health care, we use a lot of devices and tools that are made from plastic, and it's irreplaceable. And lastly, through our debates, our speakers have been delivering a message is that plastic, it's not bad themselves. Our relationship and the way we treat it is trash. It's not about plastic. Thank you.
The first speaker of the opposing team, 10C2, to provide your arguments as well as the brothers and this debate. You are privileged to inform us.
Hi. So, I agree that I cannot imagine the world without plastic, the world being before 1950s, and in addition, the famous Abbey Road album back to 1969 is also recorded by plastic tapes. But now, when talking about now, plastic is replaceable.
Calm down, calm down.
I was not a little bit.
Calm down, speak slowly. It's fine.
It's always me.
Just go ahead. A point of ours is that it causes pollution. It is said that plastic can expire. Have you ever looked at a water bottle and asked why it has an expiration date? It's not for the water, it's for the plastic. Because when plastic expires, it releases toxic fumes. And it can be dangerous to humans. When plastic are thrown into the ocean, it has said to be affecting 267 species of ocean animals worldwide, including 86% of turtles, 44% of seabirds, and 43% of marine animals. Plastic is also in fish because microplastic is in fish because when plastic is in water, it expires and it releases multiple microplastics. The fish, yes?
Do you know that plastic debris in the oceans are homes to many species, marine species? So many evidence shows that although animals can also mistake plastic for food and eat it, there are some water spiders that lay eggs on plastics.
Well, do they have another choice other than that? Because the entire ocean is littered with plastic. They have been laying eggs since forever, even before plastic.
But
another thing is, so when we consume fish, we have microplastic in us. It is the
Or like a great alternative to plastic. So what does it now?
It is-
So you said sugarcane is like a great alternative to plastic, right?
it's a plant-based materials that create plastic. But before going into our argument, let's have a first glance at your team test. So, the first point, you guys mentioned two tests, environmental factors and human health caused by pollutions. In fact, as there's no problems without solutions, I suggest two possible solutions to solve those problems. Firstly, although plastic is biodegradable, we can use plant-based materials. One of them is sugarcane, which is eco-friendly and cost-saving because they grow naturally in the environment. Also, they can decompose quicker than normal plastic.
As well as
Firstly, I do understand your view that plastic is both useful in multiple fields and it's also very diverse. But also, I would like to add to your definition that you said that plastic is made from different raw material like coal and natural gas or crude oil, but they are non-renewable resources, which means that in the future these resources may run out and we won't be able to produce anything, yet let alone plastic. And also these resources form to make this so-called polymer that is non-biodegradable, which causes pollution and a lot of different other problems. Our team would like to present our 3 main points. That most plastics are not recycled, it causes pollution, and also it's non-decomposable. First and foremost, most plastics are not recycled, despite 75% of them are recyclable. Data has backed up that only 9% of plastics are recycled, while the rest are either thrown into unmonitored landfills, garbage dumps, and also the ocean. When plastics become unusable, not only are they thrown away, they are also not recycled and causes air pollution when it breaks down. Moreover, when plastics are thrown into the ocean, it is consumed by different types of ocean life, which causes a loss of diversity inside the ocean. Also, a lot of fishes' bodies have microplastic in them, and when we consume them, we are also consuming these microplastics into our body. And finally, about when plastics are not decomposable. When plastics are thrown away into soils, they contain a lot of bacteria, and these bacteria are injected into the soil, which causes a kind of like a plant deformation. And these plants, which we also consume, will likely be inside our bodies. That's it. Thank you for listening.
Are then refined and processed into various polymer resins.
Something we should still be making. We would like to invite the first speaker of the team, A1, to open the debate. Please pay attention that each of the speakers has a maximum of 3 minutes to deliver your arguments.
Plastic pervade all aspects of society. We sleep on plastic-filled pillows, clean our teeth with plastic toothbrushes, type on plastic keyboards, drink and eat from plastic containers. It's impossible to go through a day without encountering plastic in some kind. So, what is plastics? Its material consists of a wide range of synthetic and semi-synthetic organic compounds that are malleable and therefore can be molded into solid subject. So, what is the our teeth with plastic toothbrushes, type on plastic keyboards, drink and eat from plastic containers. It's impossible to go through a day without encountering plastic in some kind. So, what is plastics? Its material consists of a wide range of synthetic and semi-synthetic organic compounds that are malleable and therefore can be molded into solid subject. So, what is the production of plastic? The production of plastic is a complex process that begins with extraction of raw materials such as crude oil and natural gas. These hydrocarbons are then refined and processed into various polymer resins through polymerization reactions. Finally, the resins are molded, extruded, and formed into plastic products. As a result, utilizations of plastic can be seen often in our modern society. For example, infection transmission is a significant issue in healthcare settings, where single-use plastic pieces like gloves and masks help prevent contamination and ensure worker safety. Plastics are used in the production of implantable medical devices such as artificial joints and dental implants. These materials often offer properties to enhance patient outcomes and quality
health caused by pollution. In fact, as there's no problems without solutions, I suggest two possible solutions that to solve those problems. Firstly, although plastic is unbiodegradable, we can use plant-based materials. One of them is sugarcane, which is eco-friendly and cost-saving because they grow naturally in the environment. Also, they can decompose quicker than normal plastic. Secondly, not only raising awareness of people and our recycling problems, government needs to take measures right now. The actions of government is to increase legislation and dictate on what materials can be used for, so that it involves banning plastics. So, coming to our remark, I have to say that you guys are being too subjective by only caring about human health and environmental issues, but plastic has huge implications in other fields. For example, in the construction industry, plastic produces insulations and protection materials. Accessories and tools in everyday lines, such as equipment, sports equipment and gears, are also made out of plastics. Without plastics, spacecraft satellites can work efficiently in outer space due to its durability, heat resistant, and lightweight. So plastic enables scientific discoveries in outer world, so that for the advancement and development of humanity's future. Plastic is also integral to solar panels with turbines. They are the major components that create renewable energy infrastructures. So this promotes clean energy resource and reduce reliance on fossil fuels for electricity. Do you guys ever ask yourself what happens if we stop producing plastic? Firstly, it will directly impact multiple sectors of the economy, which will potentially lead to unemployment marine species. So many evidence shows that although animals can also mistake plastic for food and eat it, there are some water spiders that lay eggs on plastic.
Well, do they have another choice other than that? Because the entire ocean is littered with plastic. They have been laying eggs since forever, even before plastic.
So first, we'll rebut your team's arguments, and then I will reinforce our team arguments. First, you mentioned that plastic causes pollution, but do you find any alternatives that are better and more optimized than this? I believe that it's not about plastic, it's the way we use it. We can make this things better by enhance the waste collection and sorting things, because we can't live without plastic by now, because we have no alternative that's better. You mentioned that we consume fish and stuff that is plastic infected, which will affect our health. But as I mentioned, there is no better alternative right now. We have to think, like you can say that we can change it with papers or glass, but it's research that paper and glass it's less durable than plastic, and they have more detrimental effects on the environment as well. Next, you mentioned that plastic in landfills, they may pollute the soil. So the solution, the huge and tremendous advantage that no other alternatives can be as optimized. And second, eliminating plastic is a subjective idea by not considering its vital roles in other aspects of life. Like, for example, very importantly, in health care, we use a lot of devices and tools that are made from plastic, and it's irreplaceable. And lastly, through our debates, our speakers have been delivering a message is that plastic is not bad themselves. Our relationship and the way we treat it is trash. It's not about plastic. Thank you.
Now you have 2 minutes for your speech. Your 2 minutes start now.
So, in the pictures, we can see two people, a very rich man and a hungry child. So, the rich man is trying, and in the fish that he eats, his eating, we can see signs of forest. So, what does it mean? So, the forest means that it represents the rich man, he and his the rich societies are excavating the forest so much that it turns out that this fish is running out of energies, running out of life, and as you can see, it's nearly half of the trees, and the other half of the tree is nearly dead. So it's in the edge of extinction, and you can see that this is clearly discrimination between poor and rich. Rich has foods to eat, he has things to drink, but the child he's hungry, he's the representatives of colossal discriminations in societies, and as you can see that there's no sign of rich man in harnessing those renewable energies. This is also an environmental problem we need to consider. He's excavating waters for his agriculture's work. He is cutting down trees for the oil refinings and some agricultural sectors facilities. He will never stop doing such thing, and he will never give hope to the poor societies.
And looking at the child's face, what does that emotional response give you?
I think the poor represents farmers and those who has lower incomes in the societies. They have to work for the rich one, but they get limited resource in returns, no foods, no drinks. They work in their farm, their agricultural sectors, but nothing in returns deserves their achievement.
Thank you.
It feels like the environment here is you recognize the room and the needs and the space for us to present. It's great. We have a great background, a LED screen, and the place for people down there cheering us. It's organized very neat, and the lighting is good as well. I had a really good experience as screen wearer this time. Thank you.